See now, what is polymerization? Poly means many, mer means molecule, and polymerization means joining up of many molecules to form a single unit. Each single molecule that is going to join, we will call it a monomer. The joining of all of these units that is produced, we are going to call it polymer. I'll take a simple example for this. We are taking a double bonded compound, that is ethene. Okay, the molecular formula of ethene is C2H4. This is going to be the structural formula. I'm going to show the structural formula in this way. Okay, this is a simple molecule of ethene. Now when it is subjected to certain conditions of temperature and pressure, what's going to happen over here is all these molecules that are there, okay, here basically this double bond is going to break. Okay, when the double bond breaks, it means here there is one shared pair of electron. Sorry, double bond is there, it means two shared pair of electrons are there. When one bond is broken, this one electron and this one electron is brought over here on the side. Same thing is going to happen out of this double bond. Here there are four shared pair of electrons. Here one of the shared pair of electrons is removed and this electron is brought on the other side. Okay, so here this bond which is there is a single electron, and what is happening is these both will start sharing the pair of these electrons. This is happening in the chain of molecules. This chain of molecules is going to be decided by under what conditions of temperature and pressure you are going to subject to. So basically this reaction, this unit, single unit which is there is called a monomer, that is going to be an ethene molecule which is C2H4. The whole unit that is formed by addition of all of these, you see, because here ethene is a single molecule. This molecule that is produced, okay, we said that it is this single molecule is a monomer, and when the joining up of all of these units takes place like this, this is going to be a polymer. Okay, so here ethene is there because here it is going to give you only one product, therefore this reaction is addition reaction, and because here many molecules are joining together, it is polymerization reaction. So it's a kind of reaction that is going to be addition polymerization. Now this ethene which is there here, because many molecules of ethene are joined together, we are going to call it polyethene. Basically it's nothing but our common polythene plastic. Now how much is going to be the length of this chain? It means how many units will be there in this polythene molecule, polythene setup. This is going to be decided by under what temperature, or under what conditions of temperature and pressure we are going to subject to. So we are going to write down this example. We are going to write down then the definition of polymerization, what is monomer, what is polymer, and then other examples of polymerization we are going to take. Afterwards we are going to take up synthetic, that is artificial polymers also, natural polymers also, and then what are going to be the uses of all of these polymers. Okay, I'll just give you all of these things on screen and then you can copy it down. Okay, so this is the reaction of polymerization. Copy down that reaction also. Okay. So polymerization, the reaction in which many molecules join together to form a long chain, is called polymerization. Monomer, each single unit joining is called a monomer. Polymer will be the result of joined several monomer units, is called polymer. Just take all these definitions down and then we are going to consider a few more examples. The next part is types of polymerization. Two types of polymerization are there. One of this is addition polymerization. The previous example of ethene which we have done, that was the example of addition polymerization. We have seen before that addition reaction happens in double bonded or triple bonded compounds. So this is applicable only for unsaturated compounds, that is those compounds which will be containing double bonds or triple bonds. There is another type of polymerization which is known as condensation polymerization. Here the polymerization will take place where the two neighboring molecules which are there, they will combine together and something like water molecule or even HCl or alcohol, ethanol molecule will be lost together along with the formation of long chain. We'll see this example of condensation polymerization later, but we are going to consider over here some more examples of addition polymerization first, and then we will come to condensation polymerization. Just take down that part of types of polymerization and then we will move on to the further parts. So now here we are considering two molecules over here. On the left side we have this molecule. This A is a particular length of carbon chain. Okay, it can be any number of carbon atoms. On this side we are having COOH, so this is going to be a carboxylic acid. Similarly on the other side also there is going to be COOH, which is going to be written like this. On the right hand side we have here another carbon chain is there, that is B, and at this end we are having OH, and at this end also we are having OH, which is written like this because here OH is present. Okay, this is going to be an alcohol. Now when polymerization reaction is going to take place, basically what happens over here is this hydrogen from carboxylic acid is going to combine with this OH, and these both will produce H2O, that is water molecule, and this both O is going to get joined with this carbon chain. So if I'm going to represent it and show it to you like this, okay, the representation of this molecule is going to be like this. I'm going to remove this H from here. I'm going to remove this OH from here, and here to this chain, this part is going to get joined. So I'll just bring this closer over here and I will join this. Now the same thing is going to get repeated on the other side. So suppose if I'm considering that this whole thing is molecule P and this whole thing is molecule Q, and then P will be there, Q will be there, again P will be there, Q will be there. In this way the chain is going to, the sequence is going to get repeated. P, Q, molecule P, molecule Q, molecule P, molecule Q, like this. Now again over here OH is there, okay, and on this side here we are having the COOH. So same thing is going to get repeated over here. This molecule I'm bringing it over here, okay. So this is coming over here. So what happens over here now? The OH from this side will be lost. Carboxylic acid is going to lose this H, and then this is going to get joined over here, and this whole thing just keeps on getting repeated. Now in the process you have seen over here these H from carboxylic acid, this OH from alcohol, this H and OH together will combine, that is going to produce H2O, okay, because here these water molecules will be condensed out. This particular type of polymerization that is taking place is known as condensation polymerization. I just want you to copy down the reaction of condensation polymerization, and then we'll move to further parts. So in this you are able to see here C double bond O and O is there. Here an ester linkage is present, okay, because here ester linkage is present and many molecules have joined together. Therefore this molecule which is going to be called will be known as polyester. Okay, we'll just take down this reaction and then we'll do the further parts. The next example that we are taking over here is that of chloroethene. Okay, normally if this is a hydrogen atom, this is simply going to be ethene. But if I'm going to replace it with Cl, one hydrogen atom is substituted with Cl, is going to become chloroethene. In common industrial language, it is called vinyl chloride. Now, if I'm going to make this vinyl chloride undergo polymerization, just you can see the similar chain is going to get repeated. Okay, it is going to undergo polymerization as in the previous example we had taken. Only this difference of Cl and H is there. You can draw the resultant molecule over here. Simply you can write it, this thing is getting repeated n number of times. You can write it like this also. You can remove this double bond. Okay, a single bond will be there on the either sides, and then this whole unit is going to get repeated n number of times. Okay, so this is in its vinyl chloride. It is getting polymerized, so it is going to become polyvinyl chloride. Okay, this is undergoing polymerization, so n number of times it's going to repeat. This is going to become polyvinyl chloride, which is nothing but PVC. In short, this is PVC plastic. It has many uses and applications that we are just going to take them down. So these are the uses of polyvinyl chloride, that is PVC. Okay, paints, bathroom fixtures, PVC pipes will be used in sanitation. This is the example that is shown. It is also used in electrical insulation. So all these uses which I'm going to give you, they are also going to be important. We'll just take down the reaction of polymerization and then the uses of polymerization. Okay, in this example of polyester that we have considered, this is also known as terylene. Okay, because here ester is produced, this polymer is going to be polyester, and this is going to be a man-made or this is going to be a man-made, that is an artificial polymer. Afterwards we are going to discuss what is the difference between natural polymer and a man-made or an artificial polymer. Okay, let's look at the structure of this molecule which is there on the left side, which we have already seen before. This is going to contain COOH linked to the carbon chain, and similarly same and the other end also there is going to be COOH. Basically this is going to belong to carboxylic acid functional groups, so it is going to be a dicarboxylic acid. The molecule which you are going to see, which you are seeing on the right hand side, okay, as you know, nitrogen is having valency 2,5. So 3 of its electrons will be shared if you see the bonding process. So therefore valency of nitrogen is 3 and it is going to have 3 bonds. I've shown the nitrogen atom over here and it is having 1, 2 and 3 bonds. Okay. So now here what is going to happen? Okay, same thing is going to happen, but over here, because there is no OH over here, this H will be gone from here, this OH will be gone from here, and this nitrogen is going to get linked with this carbon atom. I will just show that process over here repeatedly like this. So what I'm doing basically over here, I'm going to remove this OH from here. This hydrogen is gone from here, so that H and OH is gone, and one bond of nitrogen is remaining, because here you have seen that the valency of nitrogen is 3. So what I'm going to do is this nitrogen is going to get attached to this carbon atom. Okay. Now this NH2 group that is there, a carbon chain is there that is linked with NH2. Correct? These are 2 hydrogen atoms that is linked with a carbon chain. This functional group is known as amine, A-M-I-N-E. Okay, on polymerization that is taking place on condensation polymerization, this OH is gone, this one H is gone from here. We are going to obtain this linkage that is obtained over here. We will call it amide linkage, A-M-I-D-E. There is slight difference in spelling of this amine and amide. Amide will be containing C-O and H. So basically, if I'm going to show amide linkage, it is going to be that carbon chain is there over here, C double bond O is there, and then N is there. So this is going to be the amide linkage. Okay, so basically in short, if we are going to write in the form of condensed structural formula, it is going to become CONH. This linkage that is obtained is known as amide. Again over here H and OH are lost. Okay, so plus H2O is obtained per pair of these molecule, and how many ever such pairs are there, that many water molecules also will be obtained. This again over here, because H2O is gone, this is an example of condensation polymerization. This kind of the fiber that is obtained, we call it nylon. Okay, so a nylon is going to contain amide linkage, while a nylon will be containing amide linkage, while terylene will be, you can take down this example of formation of nylon. This is again an artificial fiber, man-made fiber. The polymerization that is taking place is again over here condensation polymerization. Okay, so this particular same example I'm considering over here again. This is going to undergo condensation polymerization. It is going to produce an amide linkage. Suppose if I say that this is your molecule R, this is your molecule S, again over here this is your molecule R, this is your molecule S. So this is going to get repeated several number of times. This is going to be condensation polymerization. The type of linkage that we are going to get over here is an amide linkage, and it's an artificial or man-made fiber which is going to be nylon. So now what is the difference between this man-made polymer and a natural polymer? If I'm going to consider a natural polymer, okay, I'm just drawing that chain once again over here. Okay, the difference over here is going to be, this is going to be some other molecule. It means the carbon chain length is going to be different. I'll just draw that over here. Okay, this over here, the carbon chain length is going to be different. Again, for this also the carbon chain length is going to be different. Okay, so the number of carbon atoms that are linked with this chain is not going to get repeated. It means, suppose if this is your molecule R, this is your molecule S, this will be your molecule T, this will be your molecule U, and so on. So it means all of these molecules which are there, they will have different combinations. Such kind of a huge molecule, macromolecule that is produced, okay, is going to be a polymer, which is going to be the molecule of protein. If I'm going to carry out the reverse of this reaction, when a water molecule is getting added to it, this particular reaction is called as hydrolysis. And hydrolysis of proteins results into smaller molecules of this, which we will call them amino acids. So this is a basic structural difference between the natural molecule, natural polymer, and an artificial or a man-made polymer. So over here, these all molecules, the carbon chain length will be different. So basically they will be different compounds. So this is going to give you a molecule of natural polymer. Of course, over here also, because the process is going to be same, OH is gone from here, H is gone from here, water will be lost. Again, it is going to produce CONH, that is amide linkage. All those things which are there, they will result. All those things will be same as we have discussed, in case of man-made or artificial polymer. We just take down that natural polymer, and then we will take other examples. Now this is the next molecule that is shown over here. There is a carbon chain length. At its end OH is there, and at the other end also OH is present. I'm going to just repeat the same molecule over here in a chain. Now here what is going to happen is, from one side, any one side, I can remove H. From the other side, I'm going to remove OH. So this whole molecule will get attached to this oxygen atom. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, so it's going to get repeated. H from one side, OH from the other side will get removed as water molecule, and this chain is going to get repeated like this. In this way, a long chain will be produced. This is going to be the chain of molecules that is going to be of carbohydrates. As I told you previously, these are macromolecules. These are macromolecules. That's why over here, because these are macromolecules, the molecular masses of these molecules will be very large. It will be in thousands. Okay, so this was the example of carbohydrate molecule that I have considered. Now, as we have seen here, these different molecules, macromolecules, their molecular masses are different. Because their molecular masses are different, okay, as their molecular masses are different, if we want to separate out or find out how many the mixture is containing, how many of these substances, the simple technique that we are going to use over here is chromatography. Okay, the locating agent is going to carry these substances with different speeds because of the differences in their molecular masses. So from the mixture of these substances, we will be able to separate out by the method used, that is chromatography.